Alright. Hello everybody and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. So last time we did our first investigation for Turnabout Samurai. We explored the thing. We explored the global studios. And we apparently are going to try and prove that Will Powers did not commit the murder of Jack Hammer. Which seems like it might be based mostly around a photo from Wendy Oldbag, the security lady at the front. And so yeah. Here we go. I'll have to remember most of my voices now. Time to wreck myself. Time to wreck my, my vocal cords. Anyway.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will...
That is not it at all.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
Hello, Gooberslut. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
The prosecution will show that the court at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact.
I see. Very well. I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness.
Very well. I call the most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. God, I can already feel it on my throat. The Mr. Krabs voice for the judge is making me go crazy already. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court.
Yes, sir. I'll explain to the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 o'clock p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there's a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. The day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, who...
What the fucking hell is that smug expression on your face, sir? That is like the most awkward, confident smile I've seen on anybody's face. You know what it is? His lips look too big. His mouth looks too big for his face. Like stretches all the way up. Just got done jackhammering. Quite possibly, quite possibly. But yeah, like it's almost got like if he opened his mouth and showed his teeth, it'd be a Cheshire Cat grin.
The defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant, who apparently nobody will remember the name of. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. And after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station.
Well, that seems fucking weird. Jack Hammer went to the studio before the lady could open the gate? That seems backwards, but I don't know if that'll actually come into play later. Anyways,
now jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was canceled.
That's a huge fucking hole.
The time of death was 2:30 p.m.
Oh god, it's right where the nipple... The hole is right where the nipple is. It's like the Batman version. It's like the Batman version of the evil magistrate costume. Lazy bastards canceling rehearsal. Lazy bastards canceling rehearsal just because of a dead body.
That's the case, in brief. Anyone like to hear that again?
Should I listen to the whole thing again? We'll skip it. We got it. I think I can probably remember that.
So the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval.
Samurai spear. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, What did the security lady at the guard station see?
Understood.
Let's call the security officer to the stand. Why is the word spear in quotes? I don't know why. It's apropos, considering it's a prop. It's not an actual spear, but... I don't know if that was the intention. Oh boy. Will the witness declare her name?
My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered.
Your name, please!
Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma.
Your name, please! Seems Edgeworth has got a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names.
Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So you just call me Grandma's practical reason. We brought it out on the doctors and my name. You just see how the others when they find me because I need you. They don't. There was one with Captain the Catch coming really high. We can tell me all that like hard Chris because I had a job to use.
Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness.
Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand and shut her in-bag mouth. I was just getting to the good part, dearie.
Perhaps we can get to the testimony.
Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, see, I was. To get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie.
Oh god, this is gonna wreck my throat so bad.
You may begin your testimony.
Gee, sure is one hell of an old bag. Alright. Witness account.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 o'clock p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-throughs there since that morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5 o'clock. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. You saw the defendant then? Very well, let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. Okay. Quick recap of my items here. So, autopsy report. Time of death, 10:15 at 2:30 p.m. Cause, pierced through the chest by a spear. Guide map to Global Studios, we went over that. Card key for studio employees, grants entry in Studio 1. Don't think we'll need that. Powers photo taken at the gate between the entrances of studios, October 15th, 2 p.m. photo number 2. And the samurai spear. Spear was stuck in the chest of the victim. Okie dokie. Run through since the morning. I will have some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate until 5. Now the murder happened at 2:30 p.m. This seems the most obvious one. I'm gonna press it. So you saw Mr. Powers.
That's what I said. Got wax in your ears, Sonny?
Nick, this is your chance. Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon.
I'll say it again. It was him.
Okay. It said pull out the secret weapon, so that must be referring to the photo. Let me get this straight, old bag, Miss Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you?
Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly?
None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo-Old Tokyo. Oh, also, I apologize if there is extra noise. I have a fan on because it's hot in here today. Miss Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right?
No, they can't. You just got the Wendy Oldbag. Also, hello, XH. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
I know that. It wasn't more than yesterday. No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss witness.
He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently.
However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Poof! Nosy old man. Of course I have proof. Oh, shit. What?
Huh?
Even Edgeworth is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time.
How was I to know I don't want to be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you, anyway. I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this is good, any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look.
Yeah.
Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless.
She's good.
Let's hear about your proof then.
Excuse me, the man in the photo.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run through the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad.
I know the translation purists hated it, but I love this game and it's funny. Yeah, I've looked at TV tropes, which is another reason why I haven't done this for a while, because I'm on TV tropes constantly. And was looking at this after watching somebody else play it, so it was like I was looking at all the spoilers and everything. Yeah, the names are fairly plain, I think, if you were to just look at the Japanese. Like, they would translate to something like... If you took the actual names, it was like... Meh. Thought she wasn't there in the morning. I'm gonna have to look at that in the testimony, and I'm gonna have to relook at that in the testimony, because that might be an issue to press.
Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg. See? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
So he had sprained his ankle. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
She's gotta be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Alright. But yeah, like, the Japanese names are, like, fairly normal. I forget exactly, like, I can't remember an example, because, again, it's been a long time since I looked at the wiki, but it's like... Very few characters have, like, a punny name in the Japanese one. Let me see. There we go. Pressed on everything for the dialogue. I'm mostly playing this as a logic puzzle, like, let's see if I can figure it out. So yeah, there's a lot of times where I won't press it, so it's like, yeah, I probably won't get the complete experience in here, but yeah. Who was present at the run-through?
Well, let's see. There was Powers. He's the steel samurai. Then poor old Hammer, the evil magistrate. And me.
And what exactly were you doing?
Observing. Just observing.
What about the assistant?
Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such.
So she didn't see the run-through there. Okay. We'll go ahead and press, because I'm still stuck here. Trip and fall?
Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the steel samurai. What a laugh! So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course.
Except for the one case, I think in the second game, we're just like, you get one chance only, and if you... Oh, God, I remember that one. It's this fucking stupid clown. It's the stupid clown or something like that. She said that she didn't get there till 1 p.m. Apparently, the game can't fucking decide. Because I have nothing that I can use to specifically contradict that statement. So that sucks.
You helped make it better?
I kissed it where it hurt. I kissed it little boo-boo.
Let's just skip over that part, shall we?
Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle.
You may continue your testimony. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Building her Uncle Gadget.
Oh, yeah, her name's Penny.
It took me a moment to get that one because I'm only vaguely familiar with the animated one. I watched the live action one with Matthew Broderick, which was okay. Not a fantastic thing, but entertaining. samurai spear. Sure, why would it be broken? Nope, I got my first hit. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor.
How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related?
They are fucking related.
Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think facts over before making accusations.
And I get my first hit. I don't think that won me any points with the judge. Well, my peerless record is now broken, but oh well. Well, I guess which prop then? He broke a prop.
Sure did, his own samurai spear.
The samurai spear? The murder weapon?
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
It strikes me as a significant detail. I better write this down in the court record. Okay, so now that I know this, will this work? It'll work with Matt Broderick. Are you serious? It's still not gonna do it? Well, feck.
Oh, really?
Objection overruled. Try to think before you make action.
I was thinking!
Whoops, that didn't go so well. Okay, I've already taken 2 hits, and I can take 3 more. So I guess I just have to press fucking everything. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained?
Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch.
Thus the nap.
I was thinking that, and I couldn't, it wouldn't let me do it.
It must come in later, but right now they're just like, nope, that can't be it. I do remember this as being something of a problem when all the playthroughs that I watched of, well, this evidence looks like it would fit here. No, you need actually something slightly more specific than that even. You can't just make the thing immediately. Thus the nap.
Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked.
Dragging his foot, okay. I think we've heard enough. God damn it, Edgeworth. No, we haven't. I still have the spear. Haven't we, Your Honor?
Well, there is one thing that bothers me.
Which is?
Where is this steel samurai costume now?
That's actually a good point. Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the steel samurai, yes. And it is clear that the person in the steel samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. No, it fucking isn't.
I suppose that... No, it's not right!
Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Object. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the steel samurai. There's another reason I press everything sometimes doing so with the progress. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to learn. I think I'll have to learn that real quick. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers.
The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also.
Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
No need to ask twice.
All right, further at testimony. This account continued.
The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
Oh, now we gotta probably bring up the fact that it's photo number 2.
So, if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be the steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
All right, we'll check more. I have to be sure of what time it is. So 2:30 p.m. True. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. What about before you got to the guard station?
You mean before 1 o'clock? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then, and I locked the main gate so no one can...
The gate is not that big. That is not a huge gate. You can fucking parkour off that stupid little planter right over there and just boing your way into the gate. Maybe our suspect is a ninja.
Not to mention,
Everyone knows waist-high walls are impassable. Yeah, just constantly bump up against the wall. I'm confounded by this. You could trip over that studio gate. Old windbag sure has balls. Or, well, you know what I mean. Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or, for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something for you to look forward to, perhaps? What about before you... Okay, that seems to be like the same. Yep, that is exactly the same. I did that. I pressed the wrong one. How do you know that?
yeah, didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective. And then, after some rubbish about it being a secret, pal, he told me everything.
I see Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officer's fondness for donuts. Alright, press this. Are you sure? The witness has answered the question. Anyone else going into the studio had to pass by the witness. No, they couldn't. They got on fucking around and hopped over the wall!
That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy. Edgy boy?
Oh, yeah, we know that one. We saw that. Okay, so it is this one. And the fact that it's photo number 2. There we go. Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Hold on 1 second. Apologies, I'm waiting a somewhat important phone call. So if it comes, I have to take it. Shouldn't take long, though. Anyways, this photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct?
Yes, sirree, Sonny.
So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture?
And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. You emu?
Right. Anyway. It's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data.
Ooh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening.
I'd fucking take that job at this point. All by myself in a station with a computer, not having to talk to that many people in a limited environment. Fine by me at this point. That computer printed out that very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2.
Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny?
Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2.
Photo number 2?
The computer only held data for one photo that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo?
Ooh. Order, order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright.
Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not one but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access. The security lady herself.
Hey! You watch Wild. Whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by.
Well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help! Help!
Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either.
Whew, some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper?
Old Bag for a moment descended into the depths of hell for her memory and came back.
Something the matter, Miss Old Bag?
Ah, that's right. I just remembered something.
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate, someone other than the Steel Samurai.
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
I see. Your testimony, please.
The other person.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any old photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see? Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Miss Old Bag, this is the first I've heard of this.
Well, of course, Sonny, I've only just remembered it.
Right, anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination.
Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. Well, that's not suspicious at all! Yeah, no, we have ourselves a suspect. Or at least we've turned it in our favor for a day.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one.
Yeah, I already read that. How many photos are there usually?
On a day when we're open to the public, we get more than 500 people. But on filming days or rehearsal days, well, we don't have much money. We never get more than 50, and that's a big day.
Do you back up all of the security camera data?
Well, they keep telling me to, yes. But those computers are just so frustrating.
You don't have like even a simple like folder system? Take all the data, put it in a folder, put it in a secure hard drive, and ship it off to somewhere, like in a locker or something? With another security guard? Like, really? Also, Global Studios is supposed to be big. Or at least supposed to be relatively well known if they made a whole bunch of samurai movies that were popular, and now they're going into the Steel Samurai, which is one of the most popular kids shows. You don't have enough money for an extra security person to do that sort of thing? Or to double check your work?
Oi!
Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased?
Whew, fanboy.
Fanboy?
Yes, you know, Steel Samurai fandom. Real freaks, if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsal from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day.
But wait a second, didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside, and, well, that's where they come in. I don't know why, because they'd be dirty as shit if they're coming in through the drain.
They come in through the drain?
I told you they were freaks. Oh, and,
And?
They're kids. Children. Whippersnappers.
Are they roaches? Yeah, now I'm just imagining, like, I have this device, this little thing now plugged into my wall that apparently emits this, like, sonic screeching noise. Like, really, really high volume, so it's out of the range of human detection, but it drives away all the bugs. And it's done a world of good for the spiders around here, which means they've all ran away and they don't have to be anywhere near me. But now I'm just imagining somebody plugging something in towards that, and then all the kids just like scuttling away because they don't want to be anywhere near that noise. You're back on the oh, that sucks. I've had to do that once or twice during a stream. I feel your pain, XH. Kids! So on the photo that you erased...
He was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
What?
Order, order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging its leg. The other was a boy who looked to be about 2nd, 3rd grade.
Oh yes, well we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him.
A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear.
Impossible, I'd think. It's quite heavy.
Right, as I said, I didn't pay him much mind.
Actually, I remember reading about a convenience store that played a high-pitched noise to try and drive teenagers away. That's true now. They actually have this thing. Excuse me while I take a drink of water real quick. It is actually known that some riot police have a massive speaker thing. And they will actually use this to clear crowds. I don't know the ethicality of this shit, though, because apparently if they play it loud enough for long enough, the ears start to bleed. So you can sustain permanent damage if you're hit by one of these things. So it's not even like a driving away. At least that's the intended effect, but you can play it at a high enough pitch that people's eardrums start to bleed. Again, I don't know the ethicality of that, I just do know that that's a thing.
That's why I raised the data.
Nick? What's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect. Really, Maya? Younger than you, and you really think... Okay, even I'll admit, he probably ain't wielding that spear thing. Yeah, they're already trying to unsuspect him. God damn it, Phoenix. Calm the fuck down with this kid.
This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time.
Hello again, XH. You have just learned about a boy who was in there. Defendant lobby number 3. Mr. Powers? Yeah? Tell me straight, were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? Oh god, haha, the kid, I feel that. Oh god, I can't tell if this is gonna suck, or something amusing is gonna happen. I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest. So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo? How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really. What? You should take better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal Steel Samurai costume. So would that make it a, Steel, S-T-E-A-L, Samurai costume? I am giving a fucking shit-eating grin over here. Mr. Hogan, Jackman, yeah. He does. It's either that or Lion-O. So, where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick! What are we gonna do? First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right. If we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick. It's time. Alright. Let's go. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Can I dye my hair black? Will that get me out of this will that get me any points with the judge?
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter?
Prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard... Wait, 2nd or 3rd grade. Is it just me, or does 10 years of age feel like that kid has been held back a year if he's in 2nd or 3rd grade? Yeah, 1 or 2 years. Because I'm thinking kindergarten 6, 1st grade would be 7, 2nd grade is the earliest range we would see him, would be 8, 3rd grade would be 9. Well, maybe he's one of those kids who missed the deadline. Older by accident, let's put it that way. Anyway. But there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts?
The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime.
Order. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized.
Right, great, as if the stakes weren't hot. Phoenix, this is what you do all the fucking time.
So who is this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder?
The security lady. She's the only one without an alibi. It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag.
Who?
The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about this morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag, who apparently we need an exorcist in here. Get somebody in here. Do we have a priest available?
The what? Whippersnapper! Order! Is this true, demon? I mean, Oldbag. Oldbag? That's Mrs. Oldbag to you.
Mrs. Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. Pea soup! Is he dragging his feet, or is it that his pants don't fit? They're trying to say he's dragging his feet. I can't even say that it looks like the pants don't fit. Anyway, Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder.
Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume?
Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers.
I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright.
Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. Huh? That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection, some new damning evidence?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter?
I was sexually harassed in court, so the prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time.
The what? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it, is that it? Don't just sit there, do something.
That's my move. Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way?
Nah, we're pressing further.
Press onwards! No brakes. No brakes on the hype train! The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions that day.
Why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer?
You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive, too.
Indeed.
That did it. Now, Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
Absolutely hard feelings. Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy, the one whose photo I erased. He's only a grade schooler, though, as you said. 2nd or 3rd grade, was it? That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds, tops. I am an absolute child hater. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright?
That boy is not the killer.
What? How can you be so sure? Ooh, it'd be nice to get him in the old day, whippersnapper.
I have proof. Proof?
Indeed, then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder?
That's the fucking spear. It's probably fucking heavy as hell.
Take that!
Your Honor, the murder weapon was the samurai spear. That very spear is shown here in this photo. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible.
I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this?
The windbag. Speechless. This has got to be a first.
Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today.
Take that! Throws the spear at the judge.
God dang it, I told you to cut out with those courtroom shenanigans! Mr. Edgeworth, please find more about your witness, Miss Windy... what was her name?
Something old bag, Your Honor.
And the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned. Oh, wait a sec! Jesus! I'm not just going to sit here while you are not barking up the wrong tree! Me! I'm talking.
Oh, great. Stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk.
Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Not to talk about? By whom?
Huh? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk?
Well, testify!
My lips were sealed.
Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? Nothing to do with it, she? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free!
Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now?
Ain't you been listening? I'm possessed by a demon. They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
You see, no one has ever held contempt in this world. It's actually funny because it's only contempt whenever it penalizes Phoenix. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Well, nothing to present, so let's just press around. So you were told not to talk?
That's right, by the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less.
Why didn't I hear about this?
Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it. It's a massive practical joke. I don't know why Hammer got the poor end of it, but oh well.
Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters.
The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course.
Yes, but I was surprised no one asked about it.
So where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. This is your perspective you're currently looking at. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2? Where's the Studio 2?
Well, if you look at the guide map, it's obvious it's always had a big, huge, blank, bold Studio 2 down in the south portion of it. You go through the gate all the way to the left.
The path where the monkey's head was fallen over.
Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination?
I think I've already asked all my questions. There was one more piece. Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder.
I know that's silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side.
So you got your bonus and you still talked. I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask. Continue the cross-examination. We have one more piece. No harm in getting as much info as I can. So they were actually in the studio.
Yes, the whole day. When they heard about the murder, they beat it before the cops came.
Your Honor, I'll kill this woman, I swear it!
Feel sorry for Edgeworth almost. She really left him hanging on this one. Them? Who were these people? Okay, yeah, that's now it's starting to loop. So now let's just go through and be done. Okay, yeah. Looking through. Gotta make my way through the demon old bags. Alright, take a break. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people who we have just been told of. I understand, Your Honor.
This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Dear Lord, my voice is wrecked.
More water may be necessary. That's what I forgot. We just did a grocery store thing. I totally forgot to get mints.
Edgeworth smash! Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. That was right to ask you to defend me.
Aw, really? It's nothing. Sound effect. Oh, or should I... Really, Maya? Are you going to make fun of his character trait? We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So, Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that Steel Samurai costume? Could it really have been Old Windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers?
I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Isn't that what you told me to do, Maya? Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers. Poor Old Windbag, I feel kind of sorry for her. I mean, being taken over by a demon and everything, it's gotta be terrible. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right, we'll be back to visit you soon.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
Alright, trial day 1 done. Unfortunately, I think there's 3, so I don't know if we'll be finishing this one today. I don't know if we'll be finishing the case today. So I took my first couple of hits, but I think we're good still.